Here is another in NBC's great parade of new shows. Now, Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. You know, I saw something the other day that's as typical of New York as the Empire State Building. I was walking down 2nd Avenue when I spotted some kids around the fire hydrant. They'd turned it on and the whole gang was splashing around keeping cool. They'd done something else, too. They'd found a barrel. And I suddenly remembered when I used to play in the gutter with the same kind of barrel. It's open at both ends, and when it's held over the gushing hydrant, it acts like a big hose, and a lot of passing New Yorkers can end up pretty wet. I stopped and watched, and just like always, one of New York's finest showed up and the kids scattered. He turned off the water and the fun was over. Oh, but not for long. Somebody was sure to give the kids a monkey wrench, and 10 minutes after the cop had disappeared, the street would be flooded again. Yeah, a kid can have a lot of fun, even in a big city. But it's unfortunate that every once in a while there's a boy who forgets to have fun and heads for trouble. Like a case I got mixed up in not long ago. It all started in a candy store under the L on 9th Avenue.
I'm just closing up, boys.
We want to talk to you, Pop.
I told you I was closing up. We'll come back tomorrow and we can talk then.
Eddie said he wanted to talk to you, Pop. You better listen.
What is this? You kids get out of my store. You want to buy something, you come back tomorrow.
You ain't been making enough on your number sales. We come to see why not.
Oh, so that's it. First, they threaten to beat me up unless I sell the numbers. Then they get sore because I ain't selling enough and send young hoodlums to see that I do. Well, you go tell your boss that I'm through selling numbers to poor people who think they can get rich quick. You tell your boss if he don't like it, I'm going to the police. Tell your boss that.
Sure, we'll tell him. But he wants us to tell you something.
I don't want to hear nothing from you bunch of no-goods. Now you get out of here.
Oh, no, that ain't nice. Is it, Jim?
No, that ain't nice at all.
I told you to get out. If you don't, I'll call a cop.
You ain't calling anybody, Pop.
What are you doing now? You get away. Help, please. No, please, help.
Shut up. Okay, Jim, make him shut up.
Please, I'm an old man.
Yeah, sure you are, Pop. But old guys like you need exercise. Think he's had enough, eh?
Yeah, grab some of them cigarettes and cigars off the counter.
Yeah, sure. Hey, we better get out of here. Maybe somebody heard him yelling.
Okay, grab me a box of candy, too. I got a date with Nancy tonight.
I'll grab a couple. I got a date, too.
Let's go. Down this alley.
Yeah.
Okay, slow it down. Let's get over to 27th Street.
Okay.
Come on, Mr. Parrish wants to see us.
Right. Hey, Ed.
Yeah?
You going to see your brother today?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right.
Ain't he scared or nothing? What's the matter, Eddie? Oh, hey, what did I say, huh?
I told you once not to say nothing about my brother.
I was just asking. I didn't say nothing, hey?
You asked if he was scared, didn't you?
Okay.
Well, he ain't scared. He's a big shot. He wasn't scared of the guy knocked off by the cops or nothing else, see? Not even a hot seat.
Hey, that's the cop.
Spotted us. Come on.
Diamond Detective Agency, we filtered the choke on the way to your throat.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Diamond, aren't you ever serious?
Well, Lieutenant Levinson, what's the matter with you? Did someone swipe one of your ulcers?
Now, stop that. I wouldn't call you unless it was something important.
I know. You're losing Sergeant Otis to Barnum and Bailey.
You stop that.
Ringling Brothers?
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not. What other sideshow could boast a pointed head with a gray suede face?
Diamond, I have an important message for you, so for the sake of my sour stomach, act like a normal human being for 5 minutes.
It's sure to be a strain, but go ahead.
Bill Garrett wants to see you.
Bill Garrett?
Yes. Goes to the electric chair tonight at 8 o'clock, and he wants to see you.
Well, he can't sit in my lap.
Now, look, I don't like the type any more than you do. He's going to die, so why the cracks?
The guy he shot had a wife and 2 kids. Maybe you want me to make cracks about them?
All right, but will you see him? It's his last request.
All right, sure.
I'll call the warden and tell him you'll be up.
You be sure and put in the call. If Otis does it, the warden will get so confused they'll turn Garrett loose and toast me. Well, in my business, you get a lot of screw-ins. But you never know where they'll lead, so if you've got that nervous, got-to-get-in-trouble feeling, you follow it up. I put in a call to my lovely redhead, Helen Asher, and told her I'd be a little late, but to keep the bottle spinning anyway. Then I took off for Sing Sing. Hello, Garrett.
Hello, Simon. I'm glad you got here.
Wouldn't miss it.
Neither would I unless I could help it.
Look, Garrett, I'm busy, and you're on a tight schedule. Now, what's on your mind?
Well, it's like this, Rick.
The name's Diamond.
Okay. I know you hate guys like me, but I ain't ashamed of what I've done. That's the way I lived. That's the way I'm going to go out.
If you want someone that'll listen to you feel sorry for yourself, you'll be along in a few minutes before 8.
Maybe I better forget it. You ain't got no use for nothing.
I got use for everything that doesn't include guys like you. There's no middle with me, Garrett. It's got to be right or wrong.
And right keeps you out of trouble, huh?
Well, not always. But it helps people to live together.
Okay. I guess you know I got a kid brother.
Yeah.
He's going on 17, and it looks like the family's going to have another guy for you to hate.
What do you want me to do?
He thinks I'm a big shot. I want you to convince him I'm not.
Oh? What's he done?
I don't know, but he's just like I was when I was that age. Tough, wise guy. He wants to be just like me.
Has he been up here to see you?
Yeah, but that don't change his mind. Just makes him madder at the world. I ain't getting soft, see, but he's a great little guy and he's smart. A lot smarter than I was. It's just going to take someone to show him which foot to get off on.
Okay. What's his first name and where can I find him?
His name's Eddie. He's got a club they call the Panthers. You know the kind.
Yeah, with me it was the Brownies.
It's over on 26th Street, and he's got a girl he told me about. Her name's Nancy Hyde. She lives with her aunt over at 37th Street.
Okay, I'll see what happens.
He's tough.
Oh, lots of guys are tough, Garrett. Sometimes if they get a break, they turn out to be so tough, they even get to be All-American.
Hey, I'd like that. I'd like to see the kid get to be All-American.
That might be a little difficult, but you never know. Maybe they've got television down there.
The kid's around here, boss.
Okay, tell him to come in.
Okay, Eddie, go on in.
Thanks, muscle man. Hi, Mr. Parrish.
Hello, Eddie.
We took care of old man Thompson like you said.
Good. You, beat him up bad?
Bad enough.
Yeah, we really waked him over. We got
Shut
some
up,
stuff...
I'll do the talking. What do you think's running this mob anyway?
Okay.
Get a load of that, Bart. We got a big shot.
Yeah.
You run your bunch pretty good, don't you, Eddie?
I run the whole club. The Panthers got 23 members now.
You hear that, Bart? 23 members, and Eddie's the big boss. I like that. I like you, Eddie. You and me and the 23 Panthers is gonna go a long way.
Well, that's something I wanted to talk to you about, Mr. Parrish. We're getting awful tired of just beating up guys. We want to start doing something big, like knocking over gas stations or something.
So you want to start doing something big, huh? Like knocking over gas stations, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you got a lot to learn, Eddie.
Well, I've been doing all right, ain't I?
Well, you're going to do a lot better. How would you and the Panthers like to start making some really big cash?
Hey, we'd like that.
Shut up.
Well, what does the boss say?
The boss says great. What do we do?
It's a cinch. Bart, go out in front and see that we ain't disturbed.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
Bart carries a gun, don't he, Mr. Parrish?
Yeah, Eddie. He carries a big one.
I'm going to carry one someday.
Sure you are. You're going to be a big shot. But you got to learn first. You got to start from the bottom to be a big shot. Now, here's the pitch. You get your gang together and explain that...
Says we swipe cars, so we swipe cars.
I don't know, Ed. Beating up guys is one thing, but swiping cars is pretty dangerous.
Look, it's a cinch. We go out on the road someplace, and one of us thumbs a ride. When the car stops, we all jump in. Later on, we knock the guy over the skull and take the car.
Oh, stealing cars is a tough rap.
If you get caught, but we don't get caught, see? If we catch a stoop out on the road someplace, it'll take him a long time to get to a phone. We drive the car to Mr. Parrish's warehouse and collect $50. Easy.
I don't know.
You better know. You're in the gang, and that means you're in on it whether you like it or not.
Okay, Ed. You're the boss.
Okay. We pull the first job tonight.
I thought you had a date with Nancy.
So I got a date. I can break it. She does what I tell her.
Yeah, but... Hey, what do you want?
Yeah. This is a private club.
I'm looking for Eddie Garrett.
Who wants him?
Nobody for a present, but I'm still looking for him.
Well, beat it. You smell like a cop.
You got a good nose. That's pretty close.
Hey, just some...
Shut up.
We ain't seen Eddie.
Yeah, that's right. We ain't seen him.
Okay, but if you do, tell him I got a message from his brother.
From his brother?
Yeah. Tell him that if you see him.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm Eddie Garrett.
Good for you. Proud of it?
Oh, you're a wise guy, ain't you?
I'll tell you later. Your brother says he thinks you're in trouble, are you?
Trouble? That's a hot one. What made him think that?
He runs around with it. He says you think you're a big shot.
Maybe I do.
Then you're in trouble, Sonny.
Oh, what are you talking to this guy for, Eddie? He talks crazy. Why don't we throw the bum out?
How are you going to do it? Grow 12 feet?
Oh, you're a pretty wise guy, you are. You wouldn't act so wise on the other end of a shiv.
Shut up, Jim. Come on, get out of here.
What about this wise guy, Ed? You want to be left alone with him?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'd still like to work this wise guy over. Hey, what's the idea? You tripped me. Ed, you see that? That wise guy tripped me.
You're pretty clumsy, Sonny. Now beat it.
No, why
You hate him? Beat it.
You're lucky you didn't pull that knife, Jim. You'd look pretty silly with a broken arm.
Yeah? Okay, wise guy. I'll see you again.
Now tell me what you want, and then you get out of here, too.
Nice clubhouse you got.
It's all right.
It's 6 o'clock.
So it's 6 o'clock.
Doesn't it bother you? 2 more hours and your brother dies.
So what?
So he doesn't want you to end up the same way.
Don't you worry about me, mister.
Your brother's worried about you. He wants me to help you. How about it?
I don't need no help. You're a copper. It's guys like you that sent my brother to the chair.
I'm not a cop, Eddie, but I used to be.
You ain't a cop?
No, but if I was just a plumber and I had the chance to put your brother away for a killing, I'd do it.
Yeah, I thought so. You look like the type. You're still a copper and you're no good. Now go on, get out of here. I don't need no help from a lousy copper. I don't need no help from anybody.
Hey, Eddie. Oh, didn't know you was entertaining.
This guy's just going. Come on in, boy.
Let's go, Eddie.
What do you mean, let's go?
I want to talk to you. We'll go up to my place.
I ain't going nowhere with a lousy copper.
Copper?
Yeah, he's been in here preaching to me.
Better leave, Flatfoot.
Come on, Eddie.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
You heard what the kid said.
Now, look.
Yeah?
Well. Guns and everything.
Like it? Goes bang, bang.
Hey, wait a minute, boy. I don't want no killing.
Oh, don't worry, Eddie. I'm just going to put the Flatfoot to sleep.
Hey, you slugged him with the gun.
Mr. Parrish wants to see you about tonight.
Huh? Okay. He ain't dead, is he?
No, I just tapped him a little one. Come on.
Tap me a little one. That was the biggest understatement of the year. He tapped me so little my head felt like it was in sections. I lay there for a while trying to find the piece that did my thinking, and when I started coming out of it, it was like trying to open a beach umbrella in a 90-mile wind. I didn't know how long I'd been lying there, but when I finally opened my eyes, I saw something that made the beating a welcome relief.
Hey, look, Lieutenant. He's with us again.
Oh, no.
Shut up, Otis. Rick, how do you feel?
I wish I was dead.
Oh, now it can't be that bad.
No? Well, you lie down here and look up at Otis. Makes you want to slash your wrist.
Hey, he's riding me again.
You're all right. Here, try to sit up.
Without my head?
Oh. Now, who beans you?
A guy named Bart Lippett. He didn't know me, but I recognized him.
Small-time muscle man, works for Sam Parrish.
A lovely group. Say, how the devil did you find me?
Well, we certainly weren't looking for you. We came down to pick up Bill Garrett's kid brother.
Pick him up? What for? Your job's homicide.
Yeah, he and another kid beat up an old storekeeper last night. The guy's in pretty serious condition.
Oh, no. How serious, Walt?
Well, the doctors say critical, but he does stand a chance. Hey, now, wait a minute. Where are you going?
What time is it?
7 o'clock. Why?
I got an hour to keep a promise. I hope that storekeeper doesn't die. If he does, Sing Sing will be building their electric chairs in tandem.
In just a moment, we will return to Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. But first, traffic accidents claim a victim on the average of more than one a minute, all day, every day in the year. The difficulty is that people continue to think of the horror of accidents as always happening to someone else. It never occurs to us that we may be killed dashing out to lunch tomorrow. The National Safety Council reports that in almost every motor vehicle accident, there is one or more violations of the law. Speed, drink, and carelessness being the worst offenders. Every motorist and pedestrian is urged to support actively the safety movement in his own community. Be careful. The life you save may be your own. And now back to Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Well, the law was after Eddie Garrett, and I'd promised his brother that I'd keep him out of trouble. If the storekeeper died, Eddie was sure to get life. But if he lived, and I could make him give himself up, I'd stand a good chance of helping him. I remembered that Garrett had said Eddie had a girl, so I took off to 37th Street in a hurry.
Yes?
Are you Nancy Hyde?
Why?
Well, I'm looking for Eddie.
Oh, well, I haven't seen him.
Huh? You're a little nervous.
Well, no, I'm just a little worried.
About Eddie?
Who are you?
Well, I know his brother. He wanted me to find Eddie.
Oh, his brother. Well, I don't know where Eddie is, and you stay away from him.
You, don't approve of Eddie's brother?
No, and I'm not afraid to say it. Eddie's a good boy, but he worships his big brother, and he thinks he's tough. So you can just go tell his brother that Eddie's not going to turn out like him. Not if I can help it.
Well, he's not if I can help it either. I am a private detective, Nancy. My name's Diamond.
You said that Eddie's brother wants you to find Eddie.
He does, but he wants to keep Eddie out of trouble as much as you do.
Oh, well, honestly, Mr. Diamond, I don't know where Eddie is. He called me a little while ago and said that he might be able to come over later.
And he didn't say where he was?
No.
Well, if he does come, try to keep him here, and I'll get in touch with you later on.
All right, Mr. Diamond.
I went down the hall and back down the steps in a hurry. When I reached the street, I stopped and waited for a cab to come along. I took out a cigarette, was just about to light it when I spotted a shadow ducking in behind the doorways and making its way up the street toward me. I slipped back in the building and waited.
Hey, what is this?
Take it easy, Eddie.
Oh, the copper. Let me go.
That storekeeper you beat up may die. I'm taking you down to the station.
What?
That's right. He's in a bad way. Now, come on, let's go.
I might have known it. But you said you wanted to help me. That's a laugh.
This is the only way I can help you.
Oh, sure.
But if the law picks you up, you won't stand a chance. You may even get shot.
Well, I'll take my chances.
Not tonight, you won't.
Let me go. Let go of my arm.
Now, look, I don't want to hurt you, so stop kicking.
Yeah, this is swell, this is. Everybody wants to help me. My brother's going to chair, and if that old guy dies, I'm going to prison. Please let me go. I just as soon get shot. I ain't got nothing to live for.
Now, take it easy, kid. The old boy might not die, then we can work something out. What was that?
That's Nancy. That's Nancy. Let me go.
Come on. I turned him loose, and we both went up the stairs 3 at a time. We reached the door, and I got that lousy feeling. The screams had stopped, and from the way she was yelling, it would take a lot to shut her up. Like dying.
It's locked. Nancy. Nancy. She don't answer.
Look out.
She ain't here.
Look in the other room.
Nancy. Man, honey. She ain't in here either. Hey, what's the gun for?
Get out of the window, quick.
What's the matter?
That car driving off down there, you know it?
Oh, why?
Because I saw your girl being pushed in it. I couldn't take a shot because it might have hit her.
They took her down the fire escape.
Yeah. Eddie, who would want to kidnap Nancy?
I don't know.
You're working for Sam Parrish, aren't you?
How did you know that?
I recognized his muscle man just before he put me to sleep.
I ain't saying nothing.
Now look, you stupid little idiot. Aren't you worried about your girl?
Yeah, sure I'm worried about her. What's that got to do with Mr. Parrish?
Nothing, maybe. But if he heard that the law was looking for you, he might be afraid you'd talk. What were you and your gang doing for Parrish?
I can't tell you.
Okay, then you're on your own. If the girl gets killed, they'll let you cry about it for the rest of your life and sing. I'm through trying to help you, Eddie. You're too far gone. You're no good.
Wait a minute, Mr. Diamond, please. I'll tell you, I don't want Nancy hurt. Please, I don't know what to do.
Well, first, try to take it easy, and then tell me what you were doing for Sam Parrish.
Well, we used to beat up guys that wouldn't sell enough numbers. Mr. Parrish controls a lot of the numbers racket. We were supposed to start swiping cars. He was going to pay us $50 a car.
Oh, call him.
Call him?
Yeah. Here's the phone. But for Pete's sake, don't let on that you know anything's up.
Okay.
I want you to tell him that you've decided to give yourself up.
Okay. If he's got Nancy, I'll kill him.
You just be sure and tell him that you're going to give yourself up. He'll tip you whether he's got Nancy or not.
Yeah.
Mr. Parrish?
Eddie, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Me and Bart have been looking all over town for you. The cops are after you.
I know. I'm gonna give myself up.
You what?
Yeah, it's better this way. They might go easier on me if I do.
Look, kid, you gotta stop talking like that. You're gonna be a big shot. You can't go turning yourself into the law.
No, I'm gonna do it.
You come down here and talk to me first. Where are you?
It's no good, Mr. Parrish. I'm leaving for the station right now.
Eddie?
Yeah?
You ain't going nowhere unless you want to see your girlfriend scooped out of the East River.
You have got her.
Sure, I got her. So you get on down here. I just left her and she don't look so happy. She's with Bart, and you know Bart.
Well, you're dirty, no
Look,
good
Buck.
greaseball.
You get out of my office in 20 minutes or I'll call Bart and the little girl dies. Now get down here.
Hello. He's got her, Mr. Diamond. I gotta get down there or he'll kill her.
Where's his office?
He don't have Nancy there. He told me she was with Bart. I gotta go.
You do and he'll kill you. Then he'll do the same with the girl. You can't take the chance.
What are we gonna do? I only got 20 minutes.
Does Parrish have another office or a hideout?
No. Wait a minute. Yes, he does. Sure, the warehouse. He told me about it this afternoon. We were supposed to take our stolen cars there.
Okay. I'll call Lieutenant Levinson and tell him to meet us there.
You think that's where they got Nancy?
I hope so. 20 minutes isn't much time. I put in a call to Walt and briefed him in a hurry. Then Eddie and I took off for the warehouse. It was at the foot of 14th Street, and by the time we got there, we had only 10 minutes left. The building was as dark as a foggy grave and locked tight. We found a window in the basement and finally jimmied our way in. You all right, Eddie?
Yeah, but I can't see nothing.
Come on. That looks like some stairs.
Maybe we guessed wrong. Hey, what was that?
I don't know, but there was a jockey on it. Come on.
Hey, look. There's a light.
Yeah, a little office in the back. Now, you stay here. There might be some shooting.
If Bart's in there with Nancy, I want in on it.
This is no time to argue. Now, back over against the wall.
Gosh, I bumped into some boxes or something.
Oh, shut up.
Look. It's Bart.
Hold still.
Who's there?
What are we going to do? He's got a gun.
Answer him.
Answer him?
Yeah, quick.
Come on. Who's out there?
It's me, Bart, Eddie.
Huh? What are you doing here? We've been looking all over for you.
I'm on the lam. The cops are after me, so I remembered this place.
Well, ain't that nice? The boss been worrying about you. Come on back, Eddie. Got a friend of yours here.
Go on. I'm going to circle him.
Sure, Bart. I'm coming.
Come on over here where I can see you. Yeah. That's it. Okay, kid. Now hold it right there.
Hey, what's the idea?
Well, the boss is afraid you'll do some talking if the cops pick you up, so I got orders to knock you off. Sorry, kid. You know how it is.
Drop it, Bart.
Hey,
He
wait.
said drop it!
Oh, you loud...
Duck, Eddie!
You got him.
Yeah, thanks for the assist. Let's see if the girl's in the office.
Yeah, they got a gag in him out. Nancy. Oh, she's okay. Yeah. Oh, Nancy, honey.
Here, I'll get those ropes off you.
Man, I'm in some pretty bad trouble, but I swear if I get out of it, I'll go
Oh,
straight.
you'll be all right, Eddie. I know you will.
Oh, ain't that cozy?
Look out, Eddie.
Hold it right where you are.
Well, things are really getting crowded.
That's Parrish, Mr. Diamond.
I guessed.
You shoot pretty good, Diamond. I saw you get Bart. I guess I'm going to have to pay you back for that.
The law's on its way.
So they find a morgue.
Eddie.
Don't shoot Nancy, please. Shoot me, but don't shoot Nancy.
Here they come, Parrish.
You seem pretty anxious, mister, so I'll let you have it first.
No, you can't.
Look out, Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
You slob, Parrish.
Oh, Eddie. Eddie, he's hurt, Mr. Diamond.
So's Parrish, but his is permanent. Eddie, where you hit?
I think in the stomach.
We'll get you to a hospital quick. You saved my scalp when you jumped in front of me. Thanks.
How about Parrish?
I paid him in full.
What time is it?
8:35, Eddie.
Oh. Funny, I don't feel so bad about my brother now that it's over. He'd probably be sore about me helping a cop. But, I don't mind. Especially when it's a nice guy like you.
Well, Walt busted in. They got Eddie to the hospital. Otis tripped over a pipe and broke his big toe, so they had to throw him in the wagon along with Eddie and his girl. Eddie recovered all right, and so did the storekeeper. He helped beat up. The kids all got 2 years, sentence suspended, because my lovely redhead, Helen Asher, convinced the judge that the boys would become much better citizens if they worked out their 2 years on her farm upstate, milking the cows. Before Eddie left for the farm, Helen had him over to the house, and he brought his girlfriend.
Well, we gotta be going, Mr. Diamond. I gotta catch a train. Thanks for the swell dinner, Miss Asher.
It was my pleasure, Eddie.
It was wonderful. Oh, Mr. Diamond.
Yes, Nancy?
Miss Asher was telling me that you sing.
Oh, Miss Asher is sometimes afflicted with an extreme case of blabitis.
Rick.
Hey, I'd like to hear you sing something before I take off. Would you, Mr. Diamond?
Certainly he would.
Do you want it after I tear out your pretty tongue with the lungs, or before, you dear, sweet little girl?
Now, you mustn't talk that way in front of guests, Rick. They'll think we're married.
Oh, he's not as tough as he sounds. Now, come on, Mr. Diamond, give.
Yeah, I'll give you a hit in the head.
Helen, after Eddie hears me, he may realize that crime does pay. It's on your pretty head.
Just sing. Stop making like a prima donna.
What do you want to hear?
Oh, something romantic.
Oh, bless your little pointed head. You kids go sit on the sofa.
Okay.
Come on.
Where are you now that I need you? Now that I want you so badly, I cry. Where are you? Where did fate lead you? Funny how I dreamed you'd still be standing by.
Pretty one.
I had you at my beck and call. I called you any time at all. I guess I took you too much for granted. I never thought I'd lie, awake and sigh. Where are you now that I need you? Now that I love you so madly, I could die. Well, how was that, kids?
Rick, look.
Well, how do you like that? They're stealing our stuff. Come on, Eddie, break it up now. You got to catch a train. Eddie. Nancy. Oh, my goodness.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Sheldon Leonard, William Tracy, Mary Shipp, Sidney Miller, and Bill Conrad. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by Richard Sandville. And now, Dick Powell.
Friends, I want to remind you of the wonderful group of programs NBC has on tap for tomorrow afternoon and evening. Shows like Hollywood Calling, Guy Lombardo, Four-Star Playhouse, The Ethel Merman Show, and the NBC Symphony. For the best in radio listening tomorrow and always, keep your dial turned to your favorite NBC station.
Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
The makers of Camel cigarettes present Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. What cigarette do doctors themselves smoke?
In a nationwide survey a few years ago, 113,597 doctors in every branch of medicine were asked,
What cigarette do you smoke, Doctor?
the brand name most was Camel. Again and again, in repeated surveys, the same preference was shown.
Yes, these surveys show that more doctors smoke Camels than any other cigarette.
Why don't you smoke Camels, too?
Now we bring you another transcribed adventure with Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Now, let's see. I play the red 9 on the black 10. Move the 8 of spades off this pile and put it over here. That gives me another king. Now, where's the 3 clubs? I'll sneak a look under here. No, ain't there.
Hello?
Now, I'll be with you in a minute. Now, where do you suppose that 3 o'clock? Oh, well. Diamond Detective Agency. Anyone for Pinochle?
Rick, don't tell me you're still at it. You told me an hour ago you'd quit as soon as you'd won one game.
1-1 game? That's nice and confusing, isn't it? Helen, baby, I wouldn't admit this to anyone but you, but I haven't even come close.
I was afraid of that. Have you tried stacking the deck?
Helen, that's cheating.
I know, but have you tried it?
Well, just once. But only in self-defense, and even that didn't help. I still lost.
Well, then I'm afraid you're hopeless. Why not give it up and come over here? We could play some gin.
Oh, no. I owe you 1,369 toothpicks now. At that rate, I'll have to buy a lumber camp.
You there on the telephone.
Me?
Yeah, you the boss?
Well, no, not exactly. I'm just the owner.
That's good enough. If that's somebody wanting to hire you, tell him to call back.
Rick, is that man ordering you around?
He's trying.
You hear me? I said tell him to call back.
Now, just a minute.
That's right, killer. Stand up to him. We don't have to take no guff.
Well, honey, I wish you were here so we could get a look at the size of it.
You gonna hang up or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Richard Diamond, did you say yes, sir?
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am. I mean, bye. Bye, Helen, dear.
Okay. You said you were the owner of this outfit? That means your name's Diamond?
Yes, sir.
My name's Ed Barton, Diamond. Don't bother shaking hands, because I got a hunch you ain't gonna go for the deal I'm laying down. That way there won't be any hard feelings. Reason I say that is because I've already been to 3 or 4 of you guys, and they didn't go for it. For my money, you're all a bunch of lilies.
Well, look, Mr. Barton, you
Now, don't get me wrong. That ain't saying you're like the rest of them. Truth of the matter is, I hope you ain't. The deal I got to offer takes a guy with a little backbone.
Well, suppose you tell me what the deal is before you get too involved with my sacrilege.
You've heard of the Barton Metal Works? Well, that's me. I'm the boss. Started out 15 years ago with a forge and an anvil. Today, I got over 40 men working for me, turning out some pretty big jobs. Contracts a lot of these guys around town would give their eye teeth for. If it's made of metal, Barton will make it. That's my motto.
Well, that's as good as some of mine. Go ahead.
Diamond, it took me a long time to get this thing going the way I want it, and now somebody's trying to mess it up for me. Trouble is, I don't know how much longer I can hold out. Loyalty is one thing, and staying with the sinking ship is something else again.
Very well said, Mr. Barton. Now, would you like to tell me what it means?
4 men quit on me yesterday, Diamond. 6 the day before, and no telling how many today. Word's getting around that the plant is jinxed.
Must be a pretty good reason for it, Mr. Barton. Men don't give up their living over a superstition.
Of course there's a reason for it. Why do you think I'm here?
You tell me.
Because I've had 2 accidents down at the plant in the past 4 weeks. 2 men killed in less than a month. That's a lot of accidents, Diamond.
Yeah, does seem to be stretching things a little.
So now, just because of that, the whole plant's supposed to be bad luck. Diamond, my production's beginning to slack off.
Mm-hmm. Well, just how accidental were these accidents?
Craziest things you ever heard of. Mike O'Brien tripped and fell over a steel rod. Larry Martin got in the way of the big hammer. Just one fool thing after another. Somebody's out to do me dirt, Diamond, and they're trying to get at me through the plant.
Yeah, but why, Mr. Barton?
How do I know why? They just are, that's all. Don't ask me if I got any enemies. I probably got more enemies than any man on the face of the earth. People just don't like me.
Can't understand that. Soft-spoken fellow like you. So, the idea is you want to hire me to go down there and see who's out to get you, huh?
That's right. Got a job already picked out for you down at the plant.
You mean I have to work, too?
Certainly. You don't think I'm going to pay you just to run around asking a lot of fool questions, do you?
No, I guess you wouldn't, Mr. Barton.
Well, how about it? You gonna back down, too?
Mr. Barton, thanks to you, my girl already thinks I'm a coward. Looks like there's only one way to change your mind. Big Ed Barton came as close to a grin as he probably ever would, dumped a tidy retainer on my desk, and stuck out his hand. Coward that I am, I took off my ring and lost 5 fingers somewhere inside of his calloused palm. The bargain being sealed, Big Ed then drove me down to the plant.
Miller, this here's Richard Diamond. Private eye I told you I was getting.
Aye.
All right.
Get him some clothes and put him on it right away. This is Steve Miller, Diamond, my foreman.
Sure.
And this guy gets $100 a day, Steve. See that he earns it.
I don't mind Big Ed, Mr. Diamond. He means well, but if it isn't made of metal, he doesn't understand it.
Yeah, I wonder how he'd react to a Geiger counter. Which way is the locker room, Mr. Miller?
Down this way, Diamond. Oh, and just call me Steve.
Oh, sure. A nice little place you got here. Being foreman must keep you pretty busy.
Full-time job, all right. I suppose Ed told you what he wants you to do.
Yep. Wait for an accident to happen to me.
Yeah, that's about the size of it. Whoever's behind this will try to get rid of you right away.
Oh, isn't there something else we could talk about? Income tax or the war or something pleasant like that?
Sure. Oh, locker room's right in here.
Good.
Big Ed and I have both gone over the entire personnel looking for a possible suspect. But just about everybody down here has been with us over 5 years. With the plant, that is.
Well, Big Ed seems to think he's got a lot of enemies, Steve.
Oh, it's just his way, Diamond. Ed hasn't any more enemies than the next fella. Oh, here's some stuff that ought to fit you.
Oh, thanks. That's quite a uniform you fellows wear.
Uniform? Oh, the overalls, you mean? Oh, not so bad after you get used to them.
Oh? How long you been wearing them, Steve?
Most of my life, I guess. I was practically born in front of a forge. My father was a blacksmith.
All right. How long have you been with Big Ed?
From the beginning. Since before he moved out of the old shop into the plant here. Of course, I haven't always been foreman. That's only happened in the last... Oh, hi, Fred. Come in for a smoke? Diamond, meet Fred Larson. Hey, what's the matter, Fred?
I'm quitting, Steve.
Quitting?
That's what I said.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Fred.
Save your breath. My mind's made up.
Oh, I see. So it's even got to you.
Look, Fred.
Who's he?
Someone who isn't afraid to go down into the furnace room and take over Larry Martin's spot at the hammer. Diamond here knows the place isn't jinxed, don't you?
Well, I...
Better not answer that until you've been here a while, brother. I just about had it a couple of minutes ago myself.
You? How, Fred? What happened?
Railing gave way up on number 5 catwalk. Right there where the plates are stored.
What?
That's what I said. If it hadn't been for that scaffolding, I'd have cashed in right then.
But those railings are always given out, Fred. You know that. It's been happening for years.
Yeah, but this one just came too close. I ain't stopping to pick up my check, Steve. Mail it to me.
Those railings aren't indestructible, Diamond. They just wear out.
Mm-hmm. What was he talking about? Plates?
Oh, I'll show you when we get up there. Number 5 catwalk's right above the big hammer.
Oh, all right. No, I'm all dressed. How do I look? On second thought, don't answer that.
Oh, here's the place Fred was talking about, Diamond. Guess I can't blame him for quitting. Would have been a nasty fall.
Yeah. Hey, what's this stuff under the catwalk, Steve?
Oh, those are the plates. They're too heavy to lug back and forth, so we just store them up here on the scaffolding.
Oh, I see. You mean I'm going to work down there under these things?
That's where Big Ed told me to put you, Diamond. He's the boss.
I guess that's right. If I ever forget it, I guess he'll come around and remind me. Well, that hammer's a pretty big piece of equipment, isn't it?
Sure is. But the work you'll do isn't hard. The plates come out of the furnace hot. It's your job to flatten them out. All you have to do is flip a switch on the hammer and roll the plates.
Roll the plates? Well, after that climb, I may not even be able to flip the switch.
Otto!
Yes, Stevie?
That's Otto Schmidt. He'll handle the furnace for you.
Well, looks like he can handle the whole factory.
Hello, Stevie. Is your fellow going to take Larry's place?
That's right, Otto. Rick Diamond, Otto Schmidt.
Howdy, Otto.
Hello.
He's a new man, Otto. Never worked in a shop before.
Yeah, I see that. Well, don't worry. I take care of him.
Just how do you mean that?
Now, take it easy, Otto. Production isn't as important as safety right now. Remember that.
Yeah, I remember, Stevie.
You'll be working all alone down here, Diamond. Just you and Otto.
Swell.
The main thing is to keep your eyes open.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Otto. You can take over now.
Yeah, I take over now. You like it, yeah?
Yeah?
Just don't get too close to hammer.
No home should be without one. It's great for straightening nails, pounding out meat.
Yeah, maybe pound out home, too. You think maybe you stay?
Sure. Why not, Otto?
You not scared, huh?
Should I be?
Yeah, maybe not. What kind work you do before?
Delivered telegrams.
Say, you pull Otto's leg?
With these gloves on, don't be silly. Hey, you better heat up this plate again. Hey, this hammer's going crazy or something. What?
Look out, Diamond! Look out!
Where? What?
Up there! Look out for those plates! Jump! Don't!
Before we continue with Richard Diamond, here are a few words about smoking enjoyment.
Among the many stars whose voices, whose throats are their fortunes, is Maureen O'Hara.
Maureen O'Hara's cigarette must suit her taste and throat, and that's the reason camels get Maureen O'Hara's vote.
Yes, Miss O'Hara tried the different brands and chose Camels. Beautiful Maureen found that Camels agree with her throat.
And Miss O'Hara's only one of the many famous stars who regularly smoke Camels. Some of the others are Dick Hames, Dennis O'Keefe, Linda Darnell, Henry Fonda, Vaughn Monroe, and our own Dick Powell.
Why don't you take a tip from the famous people whose throats are their fortunes and who smoke Camels? Make your own 30-day Camel test. Smoke only Camels for the next 30 days. Enjoy Camel's rich, full flavor, pack after pack.
See how well Camels agree with your throat, week after week.
Camels, smoke Camels, and see how mild a cigarette can be.
And now, back to Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell.
Well, Big Ed Barton had another accident on his hands. Otto Schmidt. They carried him out of the furnace room in bad shape, but alive. I went up to have a look at number 5 catwalk. And it took me about 20 minutes up there to decide that it hadn't been any more accidental than my working for Big Ed.
Oh, come on in, Diamond. I'll need your signature on this accident report.
You know, Steve, I don't think it was an accident. That scaffolding didn't come loose all by itself.
Yeah, but I've still got to make out the report. Well, have a chair. I'll have this finished in a minute.
Okay, thanks. You handle the paperwork too, Steve?
Yeah, most of it. Anything concerning the plant itself usually falls in my lap. Ed doesn't care much for office work.
Well, I guess he would look a little out of character to that. And incidentally, how come that railing on number 5 catwalk hasn't been fixed yet? Seems to me if Fred Larson quit on account of it. Whose department is that anyway?
I reported it to Big Ed as soon as I could.
Oh? Well, where's Ed now?
Home, I guess. Want me to call and see if he's there?
No, that's all right. I think I'll just run over and surprise him. What's the address?
105 East Parkview. Big mansion, you can't miss it.
105 East Parkview, right. I'll sign that report when I get back, Steve.
So, what if it wasn't fixed, Diamond? Those railings cost money. I told Steve not to let that plant nickel and dime me to death, and I meant it.
Then you purposely let it go.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't say that.
But you don't have to, Barton. You got the report over an hour ago. That's plenty of time to get the work done.
Who told you I got the report, Diamond?
What difference does it make? You're responsible for the repairs, aren't you?
That's right. But don't think you're going to jump all over me, Diamond. Matter of fact, I didn't even know the railing was down until you told me just now. Anyway, I don't see what this has to do with what happened to Otto Schmidt.
You don't, huh? Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Barton. Someone got up there where the railing is out and loosened the braces on that scaffolding. If the railing had been up, he wouldn't have been able to reach it.
That's a lot of hogwash. I don't believe it.
I don't expect you to believe me, Barton, but talk to Otto. He saw who was up there. I saw part of him myself just before the plates started falling.
You mean Otto saw...
That's right.
Well, don't look at me. I told you I didn't know anything about that railing.
That's your story, Mr. Barton, and you better stick to it.
Where do you think you're going? I didn't say I was finished with you yet.
No, and I'm not finished with you, Barton. As soon as I've had a talk with Otto, I'm going to take off these overalls and get back into my own clothes, and then you can
You mean you're quitting? Walking out?
That's right. Now, don't worry. I'm going to find out who's behind this, but I'm going to do it on my own. In case you haven't gotten the idea, Big Ed, I don't like working for you. Otto, open your eyes. I want to talk to you.
No talk.
Why? It wasn't an accident, Otto. You know that.
No, it was an accident.
Don't you want whoever's responsible for this to pay for it?
No.
What are you afraid of, Otto? Who are you hiding?
I'm afraid it's no use, Diamond. For some reason, he just won't talk.
But why? What's he afraid of?
That's all the time I can let you gentlemen have. You'll have to have some rest now.
Just a minute, Doctor. Mrs. Schmidt, talk to him, will you? See if you...
No. Otto don't want to talk.
All right. How long will it be before I can see him again, Doctor?
Well, that's hard to say. Several hours, anyway. You might check with the front desk later this evening. They can tell you more about it then.
All right, thanks.
Would one of you mind dropping her off? It's getting late. There's nothing she can do here.
I'll take her home, Diamond. You probably feel like a shower and a change of clothes anyway.
Thanks, Steve. But I've still got some work to do. I dropped by the Barton Metalworks to get my clothes out of the locker room, but the night watchman wouldn't let me in without a pass. Too tired to argue with him, I hopped a cab to my apartment for a change of clothes.
Diamond?
Yeah, but wait till I sit down. I just got in.
This is it, Barton. Never mind sitting down. Get over to my house right away. I got something to show you.
I thought I told you.
I know what you told me, but this is pretty important.
All right, what is it?
A note. It was in my mailbox. No stamp, no address, nothing. Just the note.
A note? What does it say?
Well, the fellow used up a lot of words he didn't need, but the gist of the thing is I'm supposed to close down the plant or suffer the consequences.
Maybe that isn't a bad idea, Mr. Barton, if it'll stop these killings.
Well, it'll be a cold day in the furnace room when I close up. Of course, I might get out from under. Work some sort of deal so I wouldn't lose any money.
Yeah, you might do that. Whoever it was had been waiting out on the fire escape. The bullet thudded into the back of my best chair, and I got on behind it, wondering which drawer I'd left my gun in this time. After a while, when nothing happened, I sneaked to look around the arm of the chair.
Diamond, what's all the noise?
There was no one there.
What's all the noise, Diamond?
And then I realized Big Ed Barton was still talking.
Hear me, Diamond? Speak up. What's going on over there anyway? What do you think?
Oh, this place gives me the creeps at night, Diamond. Especially way up here. No one around. Just a lot of machinery.
Yeah.
And what are we looking for, anyway?
Oh, I just wanted to have another look at this railing, Steve. Oh, by the way, where were you when I dropped by your place?
Just getting some air. I didn't know you were going to come by. Hey, couldn't we let this go till morning? I don't like it around here when it's quiet like this.
Why not?
I just don't, that's all.
You know, you look pretty good in a suit, Steve. You ought to wear one more often.
Oh, thanks, Diamond. You really think so?
Yeah. Never know to look at you now that you were just a foreman in the factory.
Just a foreman?
That's your job here at the plant, isn't it, Steve? But, doesn't it ever bother you working so many years for a guy who doesn't appreciate it? Especially now that the big contracts have started to come in, Ed's pulling in all the gravy, and you're still nothing but a foreman.
Quit saying that, will you? Quit saying I'm nothing but a foreman.
Why not? It's true, isn't it, Steve?
There's nothing wrong with being foreman. It's a very important job. I got charge of every piece of equipment, every man.
But not charge of the plant. Isn't that right, Steve? Someone else has charge of the plant.
Well, what if he has? Next to him, I'm the boss.
That's right, Steve. Next to him, you're the boss.
Well, suppose I told you he isn't the boss. What if I told you I was in partnership with Big Ed? What would you think of that?
I'd think it was kind of funny, Steve.
Oh, funny, is it? Well, that's the way it is. You can ask him if you don't believe me. He'll tell you.
I mean, it's kind of funny you're still wearing overalls and living in a boarding house when Big Ed has a mansion and a couple of servants. Doesn't add up, Steve.
No, not now it doesn't, but it will. The partner's entitled to full rights, isn't he? And Big Ed kept promising me. All these years, he's been promising me.
Promising you what, Steve?
As soon as the money started coming in. As soon as things picked up, I could get out of the plant. I could wear a suit on the job. Meet people.
Why should Barton promise you that?
Because we're partners, that's why. We went in 50-50.
When, Steve? When did you go in 50-50?
Almost 15 years ago. Down at the old place. I used to work the forge. Ed'd go out and get the jobs. He got to talk to the people. All I ever got to do was handle the forge.
I think I understand, Steve.
And then because he got the jobs, he thought he was entitled to more than I was. He said it was all his doing. I was just working for him. He put me on a salary. Made me work in the plant.
Well, what do you hope to get out of all this? Hating Big Ed is all right, Steve, but if he closes up the plant, you'd be out of a job.
But I won't be out of a job. I'll be in charge then. I'm a partner, ain't I?
All right, Steve, we could go back down now.
Down? Down where? Where are you taking me?
Downtown, to talk to some people.
You mean the police?
That's right. And Steve, just in case you've still got that gun, I think it's only fair to tell you that this time I've got one, too.
Kinda quiet tonight, Rick.
Yeah, kind of quiet, Helen, honey.
Is it because you owe me 1,369 toothpicks?
Well, that could have something to do with it.
Then I'll get the cards and give you a chance to even the score.
Are you kidding? We'd be here for 6 months.
What's wrong with that?
Come to think of it, nothing.
Well, then leave us get the show on the road. While you sing me a song, I'll set up the card table.
Oh, Helen, you are just too good to me.
Ain't it the truth?
Fella comes home from the office, he's tired, needs comforting, and there you are. I just don't deserve someone like you.
Wait a minute. You're reading the wrong part.
Oh.
Maybe you'd just better sing, huh?
Yeah, maybe I better. I cried for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me. Every road has a turning. That's one thing you're learning. I cried for you. What a fool I used to be. Now I found two eyes just a little bit bluer. I found a heart just a little bit truer. I cried for you. Now it's your turn to cry over me.
Where'd the trombone come from?
I played it with my feet. Abe Lincoln taught it to me.
Gosh.
Gosh?
Gosh, and a whole lot of G's. Sometimes, Richard, you really get to me.
Now, steady, girl.
Richard, my fool, kiss me.
Oh, well,
Here.
This is a kiss?
Well, honey, after all, I'm tired, sleepy, worn out, bushed, beat. Had a busy day.
You must have had a busy week. When I say a kiss, I mean a kiss. Come here. Now, that's what I mean when I say... Rick? Rick, what's wrong? It serves me right. I'm going to have to get myself a younger detective.
Dick Powell will return in just a moment.
No other cigarette has Camel's rich, full flavor and cool mildness.
That's because Camel's costly tobaccos are properly aged and expertly blended for flavor and mildness, for true smoking enjoyment.
Yes, and it's one of the reasons why Camel is America's most popular cigarette, by billions of cigarettes per year.
Are you smoking the cigarette that's enjoyed most in America? If not, start your own 30-day Camel test tonight.
It's a sensible test of cigarette mildness, based on steady smoking. Here's all you do. Smoke only Camels for the next 30 days.
You'll soon see how rich, how flavorful a cigarette can be, and you'll discover why Camel is America's most popular cigarette.
How mild, how mild, how mild can a cigarette be? Make the Camel 30-day test and you'll see. Smoke Camels and see.
Here's Dick Powell with a special message.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to help bring pleasure to hospitalized veterans and members of our armed forces, the makers of Camel cigarettes send thousands of packs of Camels to veterans and military hospitals every week. This week's gift Camels are on their way to Veterans Hospitals Dwight, Illinois, and Whipple, Arizona. Rapid City Air Force Hospital, Rapid City, South Dakota. And to all hospitals operated by the Far East Command of the U.S. Army. Now, until next week, enjoy Camels. I always do.
Tonight's adventure of Richard Diamond was written by Ty Cobb with music by Frank Worth. Virginia Gregg was heard as Helen Asher. Others in the cast were Raymond Burr, Jack Moyles, Jess Kirkpatrick, Joe Duvall, and Alan Reed. Richard Diamond, Private Detective, is transcribed in Hollywood by Jaime Del Valle. Be sure to listen to another great Camel show, Vaughn Monroe and the Camel Caravan, every Saturday night. Many millions of Americans enjoy cigarettes regularly. One thing about cigarettes that many smokers may not realize is that more than half the money we pay for our smokes goes for taxes. Yes, that's right. 8 cents of the price of every pack we buy goes to the federal government, and 3 or 4 cents more in most states goes for state or city cigarette taxes. So that actually means that better than half the price you pay for cigarettes goes for tax. Listen next week for another exciting adventure of Richard Diamond, starring Dick Powell.
Now stay tuned, for This Is Your FBI, followed immediately by Ozzie and Harriet over most of these stations.
Here's Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. You know, I like to say that. Hello there, this is Diamond. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I say it all the time. Hello there, this is Diamond. You know, I think it sounds kind of, well, pretty bad. Of course, I'd rather say, hello there, this is I've got a sponsor, Diamond, but that's silly, too, because If I had a sponsor, I wouldn't have time to say, hello there, this is Diamond. I'd be overshining his shoes. Confused? Well, so am I. Want to get really mixed up? Let me tell you what happened last week. This is real silly. So silly, it wound up with murder. I was sitting in my office thinking about June Allison when the phone rang. Diamond Detective Agency. No other corpse can make that statement.
Oh, Rick.
Don't believe it? Just listen to what one of our satisfied customers has to say about Diamond. I've been buried now on 30 years.
Rick.
Hello, Helen.
You idiot. What are you doing?
I know this will throw you. Nothing.
No washing today?
Finished an hour ago. Oh, by the way, I got a beef.
A beef?
Yeah, those socks you knitted for me shrunk so much I need 4 more pair.
Well, if they shrunk, what do you want with 4 more pairs?
Going to start a new fad. Going to wear them on my toes, you know, toe socks.
Well, if I knit you 4 pair, that'll only give you 10 altogether.
Oh, by George, you really pulled off a speedy, didn't you?
Well, howdy. Wasn't half as bad as some of those ghastlies you come up with.
All right, Smarty. Now, what's on your rural mind?
Want you to do me a favor?
Like, for instance?
No, for instance. I told you a friend of mine would come up and see you, and I want you to do what you can for him.
Mr. Diamond?
Hold it a minute, honey. Yeah?
Mr. Diamond, I was told to look you up. I am Renee.
Rick, what is it?
Helen,
Yeah, what's the matter?
something just tiptoed into my office. I got a hunch you know about it.
Oh, maybe that's Renee.
That's what it says.
If you are Mr. Diamond, I wish you'd please pay a little attention to me, or aren't you interested in a potential client?
Hold it a second, honey. Sure, I'm always interested in a potential client. What did you do, lose your wedges?
I beg your pardon?
Forget it. I've got Miss Asher on the phone now. She just told me you were coming up.
Oh, well, please say hello to Miss Asher. She's such a darling.
Yeah. Honey, Renee says to say hello. Says you're a darling.
Oh, well, say hello to Renee. He makes my hats for me.
I'll get the story from him. Call you later. Now, Mr. Renee.
The full name is Benet. Renee Benet. How do you do?
How are you, Mr. Benet?
Mr. Diamond, I have a problem, and Miss Asher seemed to think that you could help me with it.
Well, depends. Cigarette?
No, thanks. I never use them. Depends on what? You don't even know my problem yet.
Look, I don't care if you swipe John Frederick's toupee. For $100 a day in expenses, I'll grow a mattress on his skull.
Mr. Diamond, I can see that you don't know much about hats.
You are so wrong.
Oh, am I? Well, it may interest you to know that John Fredericks are 2 people. Mr. John and Mr. Fredericks.
Look, Mr. Benet, I don't care if they're patrol number 3 of the Brownies. Can you afford $100 a day in expenses?
Mr. Diamond, I am the new sensation in hats.
You must look lovely. Okay, Mr. Benet, I take it you can afford me. Now, what's your problem?
I want you to prevent the theft of my 3 latest creations.
Hats?
Creations, Mr. Diamond.
Okay, creations. Why do you want them protected?
Why, because someone is going to steal them before my fall showing.
How do you know that?
Because on similar occasions, the same thing has happened. Twice, to be exact. The designs were stolen, and 2 weeks later, that lowlife George Marchand had his showing, and my hats were the high point of his show.
What did you do?
What could I do? I couldn't prove it. If I attempted to expose him, he would have said that I was lying. Everybody knows how much we hate each other. I'd have been a laughingstock.
Do you think he had the hat stolen?
I'm sure of it. And I'm also sure that someone in my salon is responsible for the actual theft.
You know definitely?
No. No, but I suspect my partner, Gerald Winters. He's always been jealous of my ability. Mr. Diamond, couldn't you open a window or something? It's frightfully hot.
Oh, it's the air conditioning. I keep a bag of red lip jumbos up in the vent. Sometimes they get stuck.
Red lip jumbos?
Pistachio nuts. You like hats? I get hung up on pistachio nuts.
Perhaps you should see a psychiatrist.
I did.
What happened?
I sent him 5 pounds of pistachios just yesterday.
Oh. Oh, well, here's my card. I'll see you at my salon, Mr. Diamond, in about an hour. Oh, and something else. I don't want my partner or the help to know that you're a private detective.
What am I supposed to do, buy a hat?
Well, I'll tell them that you're a designer from Hollywood. That way, whatever you say will be all right. See you in an hour.
This Richard of Hollywood is coming here to look at our new line.
That's correct, Lillian.
Never heard of him.
Well, that's not so surprising, Gerald. There are a lot of people I'm sure you've never heard of, especially the more famous ones.
I don't like that.
Oh, don't you? Well, I'm overjoyed that you're sure of one thing, at least.
Now, don't you two start fighting again. I've never heard of this Richard of Hollywood either.
Well, he's a new man, works for the studios, has made quite a sensation the last year or so.
Well, I'm sick and tired of temperamental artists. I'm going back to my office.
Well, why don't you do that, Gerald? Keep the books in the black, dear Potter, while I work to pay for your salary.
You know, Rennie, someday I'm going to strangle you with one of your own hats.
Why don't you buy yourself a barbell instead? Then the next time you get into a bathing suit, there'll be no doubt that you have muscles. Oh, this boy.
How can you two continue like this? It's frightful.
Lillian, my love, I would rather join forces with a cobra than to keep on with Gerald. But he has an iron-bound contract that assures him of at least $50,000 a year. I'm helpless. Yes, come in. Oh, Mr. I mean, Richard, come in.
Thanks. You better go out and pour some water on your partner. I just ran into him.
Gerald, what do you mean?
Well, I was looking for you, and he came up and introduced himself.
You told him your name?
Told him I was a hat designer from Hollywood, so he pointed out your office and said something about my lily white hands.
And what happened?
I didn't like the remark, so I shoved one of them down his throat.
Oh, wonderful. This I'll have to see.
I put a feather in his mouth. You can't miss him.
Renee, don't you think...
Oh, I'm sorry. Stupid of me. Lillian, this is Richard of Hollywood.
What? Oh, yeah.
Is something wrong?
Oh, no. How do you do?
This is Lillian Richmond, my junior designer and chief model. Now, you two think of something clever to talk about. I want to see Gerald, bloody nose, feather, and all.
Cigarette? You look nervous.
Oh, thanks.
So, Gerald was the victim of a collision?
Yes.
Do your friends call you Richard?
Well, it depends on how friendly they get. Then sometimes they come up with some real hair curlers. What do your friends call you?
I prefer Lillian, but sometimes they call me Lil.
Well, Lil sounds more interesting.
That's when they call me Lil, when things get interesting. You don't act much like a hat designer, Richard. More like you should be playing football.
Oh, well, I started by designing helmets for Notre Dame.
I understand you work for the movies. You with any particular studio?
No. I'm with an independent company. Real Square Productions. We make training films.
Training films?
Oh, that was simply wonderful. I had to pour a vase of water on him. Several customers were so frightened they left, but it was worth it. And how are you two getting along?
Richard was just talking about football. He was explaining the merits of a short pass.
Oh. Well, if you don't mind, Lillian, Mr. Richard and I have some business to talk over.
Not at all. Get him to tell you how he started by making helmets. Maybe you'll get some new ideas, Renee.
Helmets? Oh, my goodness.
See you later, Richard.
I'll wear my muzzle.
Isn't she lovely? She has about as much conscience as a tiger in a chicken coop.
Okay, now, what about our business?
Oh, of course. Now, here's a retainer. I trust that $500 is enough to start on.
My landlord will think so. What do I do?
Well, I've told everyone that you're going to be with us until the fall showing. You want to see how I work, perhaps take some designs back to Hollywood with you. Now, all you really have to do is to get to know the people that work for me. Now, be here from 9 in the morning to 6 at night and keep those designs from being stolen.
Oh, by the way, where are the designs?
In my safe here. Tomorrow they go to the designing rooms, and that's when the situation becomes acute. We'll have nothing to worry about until tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow in the morning at 9, Mr. Diamond.
Okay. Oh, in case you need me, here's my card. I'll write my home number on it. For some reason, when I get a client, they always run into silly little things like murder or something. You just might need me. See you in the morning. I left Renee and headed for my apartment. I had suddenly found myself in the horrible position of a man with a steady job. 9 in the morning until 6 in the evening. Now, I'm a guy who can get along without too much sleep, especially when the situation calls for it. Like the little blonde dancer that works over on 52nd Street. There was a situation. But this time, I figured a good night's rest wouldn't do me any harm, so when I got home, I fixed a bite to eat, took a hot shower, and climbed into my little old shack. Okay.
Diamond?
Oh, hello, honey.
Now you stop that. Wake up.
What? Oh, no. Who is it?
It's Lieutenant Levinson.
Oh, well, bully for you. What time is it?
It's 4:30 in the morning.
Goodbye, Walt.
Now, you wait a minute. I'm just trying to make things easy on you, and what was that hello, honey, for?
Oh, I was dreaming. What do you mean, make things easy for me? At 4:30 in the morning, nothing's easy.
I wanted to let you get here under your own steam. I know what a shock it'd be if I sent Otis down there to drag you out of bed.
Oh, yeah. Horrible. Adelaide ate the fire that Dracula was loose again. Hey, what do you want me there for?
Well, I know you won't be surprised, but there's been a Rittero killing.
Well, so what?
So you're mixed up in it. Now get down here.
Now, wait a minute. Who's dead?
A guy named Benet, auto accident.
Rene Benet?
Yeah, I guess that's the way you pronounce it. You see, Otis, you mallet head, you were wrong. It's pronounced Benet, not Benny. That idiot was calling him Rennie Benny.
Walt, how did you know I was working for Benet?
Your card was found in his pocket. I'm at 125th Street, so come on up as fast as you can.
Well, as soon as I get my football helmet off.
Football helmet? You sleep in a football helmet?
Well, I do. Don't you? Bye. I left the apartment and took off the address Walt had given me. It was way uptown on Riverside Drive. It was cold, and the fog had begun to drift in. I found Walt over near the prowl car, and he briefed me. Rene Benet had been killed in an automobile accident. His car had crashed over a 100-foot viaduct.
He went through the guardrail up there, Rick.
Oh, wonder what he was doing way up here. Certainly wasn't headed home.
Maybe he was going to see someone.
Well, maybe. Better check and see if he knew anyone out this way.
Now, you wait a minute. You think something's wrong?
Could be, huh? He had a partner who might want him out of the way. Oh, it's a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty badly burned before the fire boys got here. Wait a minute. Otis is over there with him. Otis!
Probably warming his feet.
He couldn't warm those big things on an atom bomb. Otis!
Yeah, Lieutenant?
Yeah, Lieutenant. Did you find anything?
Yeah, there's been a fire.
Oh. Get over here.
Walt, what about that card you found in his pocket? Why didn't it get burned?
It was in one of his suits over at his apartment. I put in a call, checked his license plate, found out who he was, where he lived, and sent a couple of boys over. They came up with your card. You know how they all love you.
Anything else in the apartment?
Nothing yet. We'll get a report.
Here I am, Lieutenant.
He's getting smart.
Oh, hello, Shamus.
Otis, get the car started. We'll go back to the station and wait for a report about this accident.
Yeah. Lieutenant?
No.
No?
That's right. You touch that siren and I'll throw you out of the car.
Oh, guy can't have any fun anymore.
Walt, when are you going to get that report? It's 6:30 in the morning.
I know it's 6:30. I always yawn like this when it's 6:30.
Oh, maybe this is it. Yeah?
I got that report, Lieutenant.
Take the marbles out of your mouth. What did you say?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm a little sleepy.
Maybe you'd like me to sing you a lullaby.
Oh, that'd be silly.
Well, then make sense.
I got that report. Benny,
Benet.
Okay. He died from the fire. Autopsy showed he had a slight concussion, but not serious enough to kill him.
What about the car?
It wasn't tampered with. There was something funny, though. A steering wheel was smeared like someone had been wearing gloves. No prints. Benny didn't have on any gloves.
How'd the fire start?
Cigarette in the upholstery.
Cigarette in the upholstery. Okay, Otis, I'll call you if I need you. Go on back to sleep. Did you hear?
Yeah. Benet was murdered.
What makes you so sure?
Walt, Otis said he had a slight concussion, but not enough to kill him, right?
Okay.
You're going to tell me that he was unconscious the whole time it took that fire to start? Ordinarily, a cigarette smolders a long time.
Well, then why didn't he get out of the car?
Because he didn't have time to wake up. Someone helped that fire along, got it burning in a few minutes, and then pushed the car over the viaduct.
Ah, that isn't enough.
Okay. How's this, then? Benet didn't smoke.
Now, that I'll buy. But how do you know?
He told me. I offered him a cigarette in my office this morning.
Well, who do you think did it?
Well, I know he had two enemies. His partner, Gerald Winters, and another hat designer, George Marchand.
I'll have them picked up.
No. Let him alone for a while.
Huh?
Let's have some breakfast first, and then go down to Renee's salon when it opens.
Quite a store.
Yes? Oh, good morning. How's Richard from Hollywood?
From hunger.
Richard from Hollywood.
All right,
Oh, I wish Otis was here. He'd love this.
Well, whose side are you on? Now, Walt, this is Lil. Lillian Richmond, Walt. Lillian, this is Lieutenant Levinson.
Lieutenant?
Homicide.
Oh, well, I hope he's just in to buy a hat for his wife.
I'm not married, Miss Richmond.
Well, to buy a hat.
Lillian, I just called Renee's apartment to... Oh, what do you want?
Walt, this is Gerald Winters.
Who split his lip?
He ran into a fist.
Where were you between 3 and 4 o'clock this morning, Mr. Winters?
What do you want to know for?
Gerald, this is a lieutenant from Homicide. I think maybe something's happened.
What could have happened? I was in bed from 11 o'clock till 8. Besides, what's a policeman doing with the great Richard from Hollywood? Did someone see one of his creations and strangle to death?
Where were you around 4 this morning, Lillian?
Also in bed, but I can't prove it. Why?
Renee's been killed.
What?
You don't seem too upset, Mr. Winters.
No? Well, you're right. As a matter of fact, I'm not.
How did it happen?
Car went over the viaduct. Burned to death.
Then why ask us where we were? It was an accident, wasn't it?
No, it was not an accident. Mr. Winters, what happens to you now? You take over the firm?
Well, yes. It all goes to me.
I think you'd better come down to the station. Answer a few questions.
Oh, no. You don't... Well, this is absurd. I hated Rene, but I'd never kill him.
Rick, do me a favor and go over to this, George Marchand. Talk to him until I can send Otis down to pick him up.
You aren't a hat designer, are you?
Bingo. You win another split lip.
No, not...
Lay off him, Rick. Come on, Mr. Winters. Let's go.
I knew he wasn't. I just knew that man couldn't be famous in Hollywood or anywhere else.
Well?
Mm-hmm.
Police?
Private detective. The name's Diamond.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever play football?
Yeah.
Stop back after you see Marchand. I'd like to find out more about the game.
Strong line and a good backfield. You've played it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. What can I do for you?
George Marchand?
Yes.
Well, I'm from the police, Mr. Marchand.
The police?
Your competitor, Rene Benet, was killed last night.
What?
He was burned to death in his car.
Oh, but this is horrible, horrible. But what has Rene's death to do with me?
Well, we think he was murdered, and we're trying to find a good motive.
Mr. Diamond, it's true that Rene and I were enemies. Everyone knew it, but to think that I would take his life is utterly absurd.
Yeah. Where were you about 4 this morning, Mr. Marchand?
Well, I was in bed, asleep.
Everybody sure had a dull evening. How well do you know Gerald Winters, Rene's partner?
Oh, just slightly.
How about Lillian Richmond?
By reputation only.
One more question. When's your fall showing, Mr. Marchand?
In 2 days.
Well, be sure to be around for it. The police get very unhappy if a murder suspect catches the first plane for the border.
Murder suspect?
See you later, Mr. Marchand. I left Marchand counting his pulse and wondering just how much I did know. And if he could have seen what was going on in my little old mind, he might have grown a few white hairs. I grabbed a cab and headed for the 5th Precinct Police Station and Walt Levinson. Needless to say, he was not happy.
Oh, now, you wait a minute, Diamond. I'm satisfied with Gerald Winters. He's the only one who had a motive.
The only one who had a motive that you can see. Too many things point to someone else.
Give me a for instance.
Oh, you always want a for instance.
Well, hang it, you're trying to convince me that Winters isn't the killer, aren't you?
Yes, I am, Walt.
Then I want a for instance. I want to know your reason.
Well, Winters and Rene hated each other. Even as partners, they really wanted each other out of the way.
Are you crazy? You just gave me the best reason for hanging on to Winters.
Walt, when Rene was killed, he was 10 miles away from his apartment going in the other direction.
So what?
Did you find out if he knew anyone who might live out that way?
Even if he didn't know anyone out that way, I still say so what? The killer went for a drive with him, got out there, hit him over the head, poured gasoline on the seat, and dropped a cigarette. Pushed him off the viaduct. And Winters smokes. I know. I sent a whole carton down to his cell to make sure.
You're right about how the killer did it. But do you think Rene would have taken a drive like that with a man he hated, knowing how much a man hated him? Huh? And another thing. It was pretty warm yesterday and last night, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Lousy weather.
Okay. The killer wore gloves. Isn't that a little strange on a warm night?
So he slipped on some gloves. Didn't want to leave any fingerprints.
No. The killer was driving. The report said there were absolutely no fingerprints on the steering wheel. If Rene was in the driver's seat, there would have been a few of his anyway.
We couldn't tell whether he was in the driver's seat. He could have been thrown aside when the car crashed. But I don't get this glove angle.
You want to catch a killer?
Oh, what kind of a remark is that?
Well, come on.
Oh, where are we going?
Down to Rene's shop. We can get in through a window I noticed in the alley. There are some designs in his safe, and Walt, the killer has to get them out tonight.
There you are, Lieutenant. It's Jimmy.
Rick, I don't like this. Busting into a place without a warrant.
Oh, go on. Climb in and watch out for the burglar alarm.
All right. Come on, Otis.
Okay. Here, I'll give you a hand, Diamond.
Oh, well, that ought to be easy for you, Otis.
Yeah, why?
Well, you could hold on with the other 4 and still have one left over to grab me.
Oh, is that so?
You two lay off. Come on, Rick. Show me where to go.
Right over here, in Renee's office.
What makes you think the killer hasn't already stolen the plans?
I wouldn't have done it the night of the murder. That would have shown a motive. Wouldn't have done it today. Too many people in the shop. Go on in.
Gee. Spooky. I can't see a thing.
Walt, watch this.
Boo. Ah, for Pete's sake, Shaw.
Now, lay off, Otis Diamond. And where do we hide?
Just sit down anywhere and be quiet. The first person through that door is our killer.
That clock is going to drive me crazy.
You want me to shut it off?
How do you shut off a clock, stupid?
Busted.
Oh. Rick.
Yeah?
I still don't understand why that glove angle is so important.
Well, as a single item, it's not so important. But along with the rest, it was the first thing that gave me an idea of the killer.
Lieutenant.
Yeah?
I think I got it. I did.
Oh. Rick, it's 3 o'clock. I don't think your killer's going to show.
Yeah, I'm getting stiff.
Hold it, Walt. I think we have a customer.
Otis, get up and stand next to that light switch. Flip it on when I tell you.
Yeah, right.
Okay, Otis.
Oh, hello, Lillian.
Oh, you startled me. What's this all about? What are you doing here?
Waiting for you.
For me? I don't understand. I was just coming over to pick up some of my sketches. I forgot them this afternoon.
So you waited until 3 in the morning?
I had a date.
Yeah. Otis, go out and drag in her date.
Now, you wait just a minute. I don't know what this is all about. But
Go
you've
ahead,
no
Otis.
right to...
All right.
Mr. Diamond, would you mind telling me what this is all about?
Sure, Lever. Point by point, it goes something like this. Rene Benet was killed by somebody he knew and trusted. He never would have gone for that riot otherwise. Benet didn't smoke, so the killer was an amateur and started the fire with a cigarette. The killer wore gloves, and it was too hot that night for a man to wear them without looking suspicious.
Are you saying that you think
That you killed Benet? Sure you did.
Come on, you get in there.
Your dirty hands off of me.
Yeah, here he is, Lieutenant. This is the guy in the car.
Lil, what is this all about?
You better ask Mr. Diamond, although I don't think he'll make much sense. He just accused me of killing Rene.
What?
Good morning, Mr. Marchand. I thought you didn't know Lillian.
Well, prior to this evening, I did not. I called her because I wanted to talk to her about Rene's death.
Ah, you're lying. Today at your shop, you called me Mr. Diamond. How did you know my name?
Well, you told it to me.
Oh, no. You're fibbing again. I just said I was from the police. Only one person who knew both of us could have called you, and she also knew I was on the way over to your shop. Didn't you, Lil?
The name is Miss Richmond. Now prove that I killed Rene. You've got no motive.
Well, the designs are enough to start with. You probably suspected I wasn't a hat designer. And you knew you had to work fast if you were going to get those designs to Marchand here before this fall showing.
That's not true. Lillian never gave me any designs from Rene.
You know, of course, Mr. Marchand, that if we stick your girlfriend with a murder rap, you're an accessory before and after the fact.
What?
Sure, maybe you'll get to sit in a nice electric love seat and hold hands.
Oh, but I had nothing to do with the murder.
Well, you knew about it, and you knew who did it. That's enough to put you away for 20 years. Being mixed up in the actual motive might get you life.
No. She was the one that did it. She knew Winters would be blamed for it.
George!
Yes, she stole the designs for me because she wanted to ruin Benet and take over his salon, but I did not know she was going to kill him.
Why, you dirty little man. You did know it. You did know it. You helped me plan it. If I got the best sketches for you, I'll tear your eyes out.
Get her away from me.
Come on, lady. Let's go.
Okay, haul them both out to the car. Rick, I don't know how... Rick. Oh, no. Rick! Oh, why does he always disappear like that?
playing?
That's a new thing. Kind of pretty. Don't Cry, Joe.
Well, sing it.
All right, but you know that gripey neighbor in the other apartment building.
Oh, don't pay any attention to him. You don't hear any of the other tenants yelling for you to shut up.
Well, maybe they're not as forceful as the Grouch. You see, honey, I got a couple of letters.
Letters?
Mm-hmm, from the people in that building. Most of them like the singing, but a couple feel the same way the Grouch does.
Well, there's only one way to find out what all the people in the building think.
How's that?
Open the window and sing so they can all hear you.
Okay, I'll buy it. You open the window. Don't you think maybe this is silly?
Rick, I like you to sing when you come over here, but I don't want you to do it if no one else does. Now, go ahead.
Okay. Don't cry, Joe. Let her go, let her go, let her go. Don't cry, Joe. Let her go, let her go, let her go. You've got to realize this is the wind-up. You'll feel much better once you make your mind up. Don't cry, Joe. Let her go. Let her go. Let her go.
No reaction yet. Maybe they all took poison.
Well, give them time. We'll find out soon enough.
I guess so.
Come on, let's go to the kitchen and case the icebox.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Hy Averback, Kay Brinker, Clark Gordon, and Jay Novello. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by Richard Sandville. Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week, when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. Saturday night brings you some of the week's best radio entertainment when you tune for the stars on NBC. Stay tuned to NBC every Saturday evening for a great lineup of programs, including Hollywood Star Theater, Ralph Edwards' Truth or Consequences, Your Hit Parade, A Day in the Life of Dennis Day, The Judy Canova Show, and Grand Ole Opry. All the best on NBC. Stay tuned for Irene Dunn and Hollywood Star Theater on NBC.